Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Before you get it, baby, show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. You walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Okay, I just got here in time. I had to run upstairs. Oh my goodness, look at this. Hey. Woo, Lord. Good morning. Welcome to today's installment, the discombobulated episode of Bathrobe Moments. I don't even have the bathrobe on because I'm running around high. Man, when you get old, woo, let me just tell you, it's a great day in the neighborhood. I'm back. I had pre-recorded shows the last 2 days, and thank you guys for tuning in and still supporting. I was in I wish I almost said San Diego, Seattle. I had never been there. Yes, indeedy, it was cloudy. It rained yesterday. I'm not going to claim a cold, but I had a sore throat this morning. Didn't get back here to Chicago till after 2:30 in the morning last night. So I apologize. I'm a little all over the place this morning, but we're here. You see, we're here, and that's the greatest thing of all. And I got a fantastic guest for you. You see it on the screen back there. Lady Perez. Lady Perez. Da 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 da. Lady Perez. Okay, don't get me going. You know when I haven't had my sleep, right? So anyway, Lady Perez is in the house. I met her through our good friend, the Aunt Nene Show. Yeah, and I just fell in love, like you guys are going to. And she's here in all her glory today. But first, I got a call last week, being a veteran and all. Thank you for your service for all of you other veterans and active duty service members out there. One of my good friends, he's been here many times over the years. Hello, how are you this morning, Mr. Hussan? Good morning to you, my friend. And the rest of you, hey, everybody. So anyway, Brian Big Country Conwell, he's a para-Olympian. And he's been here on the show probably 6 or 7 times over the last 8 years. And apparently, we're good friends with Robert Garcia, Dr. Garcia, who is the owner of Shift Magazine back there. And I was on their cover a few years ago. And he reaches out from time to time about some things that are important. So apparently, Big Country was on a flight or something, getting on a flight. I think it was American Airlines. I think we're going to find out here in a second. Something about his seat. He has a prosthetic leg and couldn't stretch it out or something, asked for more room. And there was a big old deal. So now they got a fight on their hands. And we are going to help. Listen to what Big Country had to say real quick.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Big Country. I just want to do a quick little recap of what's happening. The mistreatment by American Airlines was absolutely disgraceful. There should have been no sense of the mistreatment that I got, or anybody else for that matter, with disabilities. There are ADA compliance that are supposed to be followed, and whenever a teller is putting in your information wrong because they're not paying attention, you shouldn't be threatened to be moved to another airline and your flight canceled because you're asking for the attention that you deserve. American Airlines, you need to do better. There are so many people out there with disabilities that need to have the accommodations that is recommended for them by the ADA. And what you offered is absolutely unacceptable. We deserve more. You need to do better.
Okay. So apparently it's coming back to me now, y'all. When Robert Garcia reached into American Airlines, and I'll give you guys all the information and let you know. I think we're doing a petition or something like that. Nothing happened, and I think they offered a $50 coupon or something like that. And you're right. So all of us, we're going to come together, especially people in our veteran community. Get all over it. It's going to be all over my social media by the end of the day. I promise you that. And let's get something done, shall we? No more waiting. No more waiting. Lady Perez. Lady Perez. Lady Perez is doing so many big things. She's an actress. She's a model. She's just an overall entertainer. I believe she's what you refer to as a triple threat, maybe even quadruple, because she does some of everything. And she's here today to talk about her current work. She's if you see in your comment section, there is already a link in there for you guys. Tickets are available to a show she's doing We're going to let her tell you about it. And since I really, what's my name? Who the president is? Where I live? I better quit playing. I rebuke it. I don't manifest that. But I kind of feel loopy. But good thing she's here. I hear clickety clack. Oh, she got on some heels today. Come on down the hall then, Lady Perez. Get ready, y'all. Oh. You know, my throat's so. It is. Oh, I know you deal with that stuff being a singer and on the road. When you wake up, you know how it be burning.
Yes.
You know you're getting a cold. Do you gargle with salt water when that happens?
Sometimes, but what I think helps the most is doing this thing that my dad taught me. Is called hot lemon, which is basically some lemon juice with a little bit of sugar and a little bit of water. And I mean, like, if you have a cup like this, you want this much lemon juice and about this much water.
Oh, I have both of those.
Wow.
No honey?
I mean, you can replace the sugar with honey.
And then you just drink it?
It does burn a little, but it clears you out like nobody's business.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, because so sore, scratchy throat.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're glad you're here. Okay, you got what? I don't know anything today. Black Macaulay Culkin. I usually know what number we're trying to beat from a week ago. We're at 1,538 of y'all out there. So thank you for that. And we want to get as high as we can now. Here, bless out by sending this out. Bless out, send it out, and it'll come back to you. So share the broadcast, won't you please? Lady Perez has a lot to talk about. So, Lady Perez, we're going to watch you on stage here in a minute. But first, I'm going to leave for exactly a minute and let you have the stage and just pour into the audience. I like to let that happen so you can kind of create your own vibe. And then I'll pick up something out of there and come back in and we'll get started.
All right.
All right. And you should probably have all your friends and family pray for you right now because you got to deal with me for about an hour. And that ain't going to be easy today. So anyway, all you take it away, Lady Perez.
Well, you just seem like the second sun to my morning because you've been nothing but bright.
Aww.
But anyhow, as he introduced me, I am Lady Perez. I am 23 years old from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm an actress, model, entertainer. And some of you may have seen me before touring with this show called The Magic of Motown. And we are with Dreams for You Productions under Moxie Events. And we put on this Motown show that honors all the greats. We try to do things as if you're seeing them, like when you went to go see them as a kid or something like that. We want to give you that same exact feeling. So we're very strict with casting in terms of like vocal ability, dancing abilities, and even acting, because putting on a show is acting, even if it is a concert, because we have to put on the persona of people. So if you guys ever want to see us on stage, you can look up The Magic of Motown. Now, for the other show that is in the comments, huzzah, thank you.
Yeah.
For the other show that is in the comments, that is an upcoming show. It is called Evil It Crawled. That show is actually an audio drama. It's a cosmic horror, and it's basically about a group of kids that live in Madison, Maine, and there's this evil spirit that's been trapped in the forest for a few hundred years. And one of the little kids stumbles across him, and about for half the show, he's trying to convince this kid to let him free. But when he does, it causes so much chaos. And if you like listening to audiobooks, and if you like horror, then this is the show for you.
What you call me? What? I'm just playing.
Hey, you're married. You ain't one.
I know. Back in the day, I'm really excited. So when does that show actually start? When can people get to that?
November 15th. And the special thing about these tickets is that you don't have to come in person to see the show. We're streaming it online. And you can also see it in person if you live in Columbus.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love me some scary.
Is Michael Jackson here?
I'm just saying that's those are actually wolves. But wow. So what did you call it? An audio drama.
Yes.
What is that?
So you know how you read an audiobook, or actually even better, you remember those radio
Well,
shows
actually, you listen to an audio. I was like, don't get my ADHD going, please. That and a sore throat, that's too much. But anyway, so okay, so you can just listen to it.
Yes, it's basically just a show where we're voice acting the characters, and there will be live Foley involved. For those of you that don't know what Foley is, it's basically those sound effects that are created during movies to actually sound like the real thing. Because in reality, when you're on set, when you film stuff, everything is silent. So they have to go behind the scenes again and add in all the sounds.
Like that?
Yes.
This is corny, this one. Surprise! I would not want them throwing my party. So, is this your first audio drama?
It is. I'm super
excited. It sounds fun.
Yes, it is.
So, do you know, Lady Perez, that's almost like in the olden days, even before me, the real olden days, when they had like radio dramas. And they'd have people acting, click, 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 like the horse, and they'd be making all the sounds. And they had a whole area of just sound effects people.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
It's going to be just like that. So I'll have my Billie Holiday moment.
Are you singing?
Oh, no, I won't sing this time, but I hope to in the future.
Do you get killed in it?
No.
Okay. I swear it happened, and I passed it on to my husband day before yesterday. While I was in Seattle, I got a call from Mr. Pearl, director, and he said, "Hey, I'm shooting I should connect you with him." He said, "I'm shooting a horror movie in Atlanta in April. Do you want to be in?" I was like, "No." He said, "Look at me turning down movie roles." I passed. It just wasn't for me, anyway, but I said, but I might check with my husband because he loves to watch those things. And he talked to him yesterday on his birthday. Yesterday was my husband Brian's birthday. And day before yesterday, Monday. Told you. See? And anyway, I think Brian's going to do it. I think he's going to do it because Brian's Caucasian. And he was like, "But honey, it's been so long since I've acted. I don't know if I said, "What do white people do in horror movies? Scream, run and constantly look back, trip over a root or something, and then fall on their back and die as the thing eats them alive. That's it. That's all you got to do." Now, you or me, we got to run like we're an Olympian because we ain't going to hang around. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to look over our shoulder. Bye. Right. I'll be gone. So anyway, have you ever done a horror? Have you done any movies?
I have. Actually, the most recent movie I was in, it hasn't come out yet. It comes out next year. It's called Grind. It's a small, low budget, but self-produced movie by Mark Cantu. And it's basically about this group of kids that come together. They go to a film festival. And so they are watching all of these different horror films that other people produced, when all of a sudden someone submits a cursed film that actually starts happening in real life. It possesses all the people. And now the main characters have to fight these zombies and figure out how to turn everything back to normal. It's super awesome.
Grind.
Yes.
Well, you need to go right into the disclaimer. Especially when you tell your grandmama, "Yeah, Granny, I'm in a new movie called Grind." You in a movie called what? Right. So, I start thinking, okay,
Suge Avery.
Okay, so it ain't that kind of exactly. Sister, you've been on my mind. No, here's the part in that one. So shake your shimmy. That's the best part. Don't you just love that movie?
Oh, it is fantastic.
Have you
And
ever?
also, fun fact, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
go.
have a friend who was actually in the remake. She was actually the choreographer for the new movie that Oprah produced.
Really? The one with
Yes.
Fantasia.
Yes.
How
Lindsay
exciting.
Renee Benton.
I hope you get to be in that. If you have not been in that play.
I have been in that show, and she actually choreographed that show at the same time that she was doing the movie. So that was pretty awesome.
Wait, you've been in The Color Purple?
Yes.
I bet you I know what role you got.
I was the understudy of Squeak, and I never actually got to do the part, but I could do it.
So that you were. I knew it. Because you ain't nothing but a big old fat ugly heifer. Right. And then got her ass knocked out. That's what that got her. Okay. So when did you start? You just, I can tell you're a natural, and we're going to watch some of the Motown show. The Jacksons. You play Michael Jackson.
I do, and I know it might come as a shock to you guys because I'm looking femme right now. But when you go on stage, it's kind of hard to find a male that has that high of a voice at our age and can still dance as well. Most guys are either a singer or a dancer. We need both. And Michael's voice was kind of high back then, and I did my best to study the crap out of him so that way I can do him any sort of justice.
So. Okay. You have been on the road with this show for how long? It's been
about 2 years.
2 years?
Yes, sir.
So it's that's a good gig.
Mm-hmm.
So how far do you guys go? I mean, have you been all over the states? Have you been out of the states?
Yeah, we've been all across the United States. The only place that we haven't gone to is like the California area. So we've been to Atlanta, Florida. We did a New England tour where we hit all of those states, and we've done New York quite a few times. Chicago.
I know, you need to come back.
We start back on the 3rd, actually.
Of November?
Yes.
So you guys go out on the road over the holidays?
Yeah.
Oh.
A little bit. It's for performers, there's really no such thing as a day off. So, but that's kind of a bonus to us because we love what we do. So
let's talk about the current show, if we could. When you guys go, are you guys in a bus, like a tour bus?
We're trying to get there. We haven't made enough.
Drive your own cars?
Yeah. So we all kind of just like carpool in like 3 to 4 vans.
Wow. Still fun though.
Yes.
All hooched up, sleeping. Everybody got their pillows. And I remember those days. I used to do a little bit myself.
Hey.
Yeah, I did. I went on the road with the show Cabaret for a year and a half. Yeah, I played Maximilian, the club owner in that show. And and that was an equity gig.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was an equity gig. That was a good one. Oh, yeah. If you Google me, it says musical artist. I used to do a little bit. Couple albums and stuff like that. So I know a little bit about it, but it's different today for you all. So how do you you must have awesome representation because I see you everywhere. And I want you to talk about how do you balance it all? The modeling, and by the way, the green and the translucent, that photo shoot with the little boots, that translucent green.
My Shigo costume?
Okay. I know what that is.
was that
like
a green and black jumpsuit?
No, the one where in one of your on one of your platforms you're looking at all these pictures on the wall.
Oh, my birthday photo shoot. Gotcha.
See, when you have so many photo shoots, you can't keep them straight. That's when you're called Lady Perez. So anyway, yeah, that one. And the one we used, the picture we used. I gotta show it. Sorry, y'all.
I can tell you a little bit about it too.
This look too. Wait, I gotta get us off the screen. Wait. Okay, wait. How do I get us off? Oh, okay, hold on. One of my faves. That's one of my faves. But I also love that birthday shoot. How often are you taking pictures?
I try to do it a couple times
A week.
each month. um because with being on tour, we're usually on tour about 2 weeks at a time. They're trying to change that to where it's just on the weekends, which means we will be gone every single week. But whenever I'm not doing an acting gig or whenever I'm not with Motown, I try to, book with these photographers. I actually have three main ones that I work with. One of them is Ronson McDowell. And the one that took the photo is actually Chuck Slaughter, who is with Quality Vision. And then another guy that I shoot with is Jeff McCann. Those three people are the ones that I've been working with. They're the actual ones that I need to thank the heavens above for, because you guys have built my modeling portfolio like nobody's business. So I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, you look so different. You change your hair color, you change everything. You're one of those chameleon girls. So do you ever get burned out?
It's very rare. Because when you're doing
y'all, that's 23.
When you're doing what you love, you only really get burnt out when you start to do things that you don't enjoy, or if the joy is being taken out of what you love. And I try not to let that happen. So
yeah, but sometimes now I'm on my third movie, and even though I turned down a stellar role this week, and wait a minute, Michael Toy. Put it out there, spice it up. Michael Toy called me yesterday. You don't know him, but I need to introduce you. He's an actor, and he's constantly working, constantly. And Michael's been here. No, he hasn't, but a lot of his movie friends have been here. And he called me yesterday and said, Dr. Lauren, I'm intuitive. And I had a dream that you were in a movie with an A-lister. I saw you on the red carpet. So on your knees, pray. Y'all, so listen, because I ain't playing. I want it. I do. I want to ask you something though. You're 23. You went to college and you got the degree and all that for the acting, right?
No, actually, I went to school for music recording, and the reason behind that is so that I could learn how to produce my own music, since I know that it's extremely expensive to go into a studio every time you want to make music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like either pay the hefty penny up front by getting your own equipment, or pay a hefty penny every single time you want to do something.
So I need to introduce you to my label, because they didn't charge me a penny. Shout out to Beware Records, Matt Kyle. Yeah. I'm for real. I need to hook you up with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know which direction to go, because I love your voice. That's what got me when you were singing with the Aunt Nay Show. You were singing a Girl Scout song. Did you know that song before?
I knew a different version of it, actually, because I used to be in Girl Scouts when I was little. Some of my Facebook friends, if they scroll all the way down to some of my first photos, they'll see pictures of me in Girl Scouts with like paint all over my face and everything. It's just the cutest thing.
Aww.
Yeah, I was in Troop 80588.
Shout out to Troop 80588. Now, you've been in the Columbus area, I think, pretty much all your life.
Oh, yeah. My dad's side of the family is up there.
Okay. So how do they feel? They shoot the first movie I shot, Heathen, in 2022, was shot in Cincinnati. And I made 3 trips back there. And it was a great experience. First time out. Is there a lot of stuff going on there that we don't know about in Ohio? Who knew? Who knew? People think you have to go to New York or LA, but you've done all of this from the comfort of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's sitting there out in Ohio or a place like it, wondering, well, how did she do it and how do I do it? What would you say to them?
Well, I'm going to uncover one of my secrets. I am not represented by.
Here it is. Here's one of my secrets. First of all, you got to be fine. And when you have that, everything seems to fall in place. What can I tell you? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. ADHD. But it's true. You are extremely beautiful, and your personality is even more beautiful, so I can see why you're so successful. But anyway, go ahead. To the Ohioan or the Michigander or the Indianian. I made that up. What's it like? How do you do it? How do you do this?
So, like I said, I'm not represented by an agency, but what I do is I have this hack where I don't believe in paying to work. So I'm not subscribed to anything like
I know that's right.
Backstage or anything like that. So but I do sign up for their email list, which is completely free. And what I do is I go onto Backstage, and whenever I get a new casting call, I look and see who the director is. Then I input that information on Facebook and look for the casting calls on their official page. And then another way that you can do it is join a bunch of acting groups. Make sure that they are private. The public ones have a bunch of spammers and all that stuff. You don't want that. Get into the private groups, and you will find that a lot of people will be casting for different films. Some of them are student led, but some of them are paid. And that's how I got it.
Wow. So how many auditions do you do in an average year, would you say?
Oh,
Countless?
I don't know. I am always applying for stuff, so I don't know.
What do you want to do ultimately? Acting, singing, dancing? Because you have so many gifts.
I would like to do, if I had things my way, I would start off either in the acting realm or the singing realm. But I feel like in the acting realm, I could do both because soundtracks exist. And then through that, once I get a bigger platform, I could expand more into, oh, my friend is here. Nice.
Excuse me. I think she was talking about mine. Oh, wait. That's impossible. Hello. So that's your friend. Shout out, Elaine. How do you say it?
Elena Rose.
Elena Rose. Nice to see you. She said, hey, girl. Would you please talk to her a little bit?
Hey, we went to middle school together, so she remembers me way back when.
Troop 808. Well,
No, we didn't go to Girl Scouts together. We were in the 7th grade, and we went to East High School where my dad used to work, and we used to just hang out every single day. She's the nicest person I've ever met.
Oh, just like you. Just like you. She said she misses you. Let's get that on the screen. There you go. That's sweet. So I want to let's take a look at some stuff. I'm going to pull up. You can set it up. The Motown piece. Now there's a bunch of people out on the stage, and I watched a little bit of the clip this morning, and I heard someone start singing. Is that you?
Yes, it is.
In the Michael Jackson role.
Yes.
Now
sir.
I want to know who this guy. That must be Tito. Rest his soul. Because Tito played the bass, right?
Yes.
So what happened to Tito's wig in this group? Because his wig is just too nappy.
Now, are you talking about the bigger guy or the smaller guy?
You'll see who. I'll let y'all. You be the judge. Y'all be the judge. Who is this? Who? I was like, boy, could you have not picked that thing out? Because see, I used to have a fro back in that day, and it had to be perfect, like a mushroom. You had to put the little scarf on it, and then whip it off real quick so you don't mess up none, make no dents. It better not touch it.
See, I will give him the benefit of the doubt on the wigs, though. Those are all wigs.
I know.
We have very quick costume changes, man. Like the guy on the end, the bigger guy, he's our Jermaine, which is Alex Brogdon. He's also our tour manager. He actually does the Four Tops and the Temptations literally 2 acts before. And we only have like maybe 4 songs. And sometimes these backstage areas are like a labyrinth backstage. And it takes a lot of time to get upstairs. And he has to go all the way downstairs, change from being a temp, change into his Jackson gear, come upstairs. And
you play multiple roles.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So do you have more than the Michael role in this review?
I used to be Thelma Houston, but we took her out of the show. Yep. And then I am one of the Supremes. And I am also one of the Vandellas in Martha and the Vandellas.
Which Supreme?
A lot of people, I think they call me Florence.
The one they did wrong.
Yeah.
That's the one they did wrong. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, if you need a good therapist, I'm married to one. Anyway, let's take a look, you guys, at and the official name of the show is
The Magic of Motown.
The Magic of Motown. Here we go, you guys. Take a look. She talking about that wig. You heard her?
my mom recording this too.
Oh, I heard her say, no, what did she say? Sing, baby. Uh-oh. The apple tree. Okay, I gotta talk. Oh wait, I have real applause. Great job. Okay,
I thought you were gonna go to the slow down part. You know that's the killer part.
y'all stop. It's not about just me. Okay. No, you know what about that song? Why I had to stop because I was like so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 nieces, and they used to spend the summer at our house. They'd come from Chicago to Michigan, and we had a routine to that song.
Oh,
We had a routine to that song, and yeah, I'm the one you love it. I'm the one you need. Right, the whole thing about bend your hand, held your hand, felt electricity. Oh yeah, we had it, and people used to pay us to perform it when we were little. So let me ask you this: when you were a little kid, what did you do with all of this entertaining magic? Did you have shows? Did you dress up? Because there are people who have creative children right under their noses and don't even know it. So your mom was in the audience. How many shows has she seen?
Well, not too many, but she tries her best. She has some health issues that prevent her from being there a lot of the time.
I meant in your whole life. I bet she done sat in so many audiences for you.
She tries, but she has health issues, which has prevented her from being at a lot of the shows. But she always supports, like whenever she can't make a show, she's always putting out the links to my stuff and always telling her friends. Like even yesterday, I went to the doctor's office and I opened the door and there were people standing in front of the door. They were like, "Oh, that's Mickey's daughter." I'm like, I know these people. Like,
no, but they know you. So
yeah,
she's your number one fan, you would say? Pretty safe to say?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
So do you have any other siblings in your family who have the talent too?
My sister, I have an older sister. Her name is Reve Johnson. She actually has some music out right now, some original music.
Okay.
And her handle is Lady Elise 16. No, My Heart to Hearts. I'm so sorry. My Heart to Hearts, like the number 2.
My Heart to Hearts.
Yes. And she actually is in the gospel scene. She used to sing with Kingdom Movement, and then they also expanded into this group called Unison spelt with a 1 instead of an I.
Okay.
And they put out the most amazing gospel music. And recently she's been making moves to come out with a solo album. And that solo album kind of features some of our dad's music, God rest his soul. But he was one of the most amazing musicians ever known on this planet.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So your dad had the gift.
Yes, he was immensely talented.
Wow. Oh well, hey, go ahead. Give us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about him and what kind of music and whatnot.
Yeah, so my dad, his name was James Ferguson. He was born and raised in Sandusky, Ohio, but he moved to Youngstown around the time that he had me. And he has always been in the gospel scene. He's traveled all over the United States. He even held a concert in Spain at one point, and he also played on the Stellar Awards it was a last minute change thing, my mom said. But he raised me and my sister. up in the church, and we were always singing with him. You know, we would go to like different places. Sometimes we would even go to Texas because he has friends and family in Texas, and we would just sing at their church services and stuff like that. And that's just how we got started. Like, God is our roots for everything.
I heard that. And that's a lot. I mean, that's a prominent thing in a lot of artists' lives coming up through the church. And so, what about this? Let's talk about this, because you've been pretty successful with it, and you're so young. Is it like a lot of people think? Now, I'm a reserve judgment because when I was in it, started in the 80s and 90s. It changes all the time. But what I'm getting at is it as rough now that you have all this kind of stuff? And I mean, it used to be almost impossible to get noticed. Now it seems like you can be an influencer, you got pages and stuff. Do you feel that technology helps you be more successful in the entertainment field, or does it hurt because it's so crowded?
I feel that it's kind of both, because I feel like there's a trade-off. Number one, since we have social media, everything is overly saturated, which means more scams as well. So a lot more people are getting scammed. But it's also a plus because now we have a platform. Instead of people being like, oh, who is that, period, point blank, I've never heard of them. It's more like they're a little bit more likely to be like, oh, okay, maybe I have seen this person somewhere. So there's a little bit of a leg up. And then also I can use social media which I do, to be my reels instead of paying somebody to make my reels for me so I can submit them to casting calls and stuff. So it is a little bit easier there. What else?
Oh, don't worry. I got a segue for you. You're looking for something to say. So I didn't know if I would go here or not, but I'm gonna. So you're 23. Go like this. Aha! What is that ring finger?
I got married in November of last year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
You're married. I saw that. I said, is it his name Lee or something? What's his name?
Josiah Lee. Yes.
I know. I remember that was weeks ago. See, I'll forget. I'm like, I'm gonna have to.
You got a picture?
Y'all, I need my homeboys to get right out to Columbus and check out Josiah Lee. Make sure we got, because you feel like I would protect you like I would my nieces. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, did you just add a whole nother thing to this busy plate? How do you manage it all, girl?
I look at my marriage as a covering. You know, my dad had a covering over my life, and my husband is the same way. And I knew that getting married, a lot of people told me that by getting married young, I was probably making a mistake and probably going to hinder my career. But I knew that I needed to be like Dolly Parton when I choose my husband, because you're not about to make me choose between my career and you, because my career will win every single time. That's who I am. That's what I live and breathe. That's what I need to survive. Okay.
And so your husband, Josiah, is very supportive.
Very.
Is he in the industry at all?
Not really. You know, he's more focused on just living life right now, but he loves horror, just like your husband.
Oh, so how does that work? You're gone so much. Has it been a rough first year as far as?
It was a little bit rough because we didn't live together or anything like that before marriage. So naturally, when you come together, you try to figure out how to live, and that's kind of rough in itself. But eventually we've kind of mellowed out recently, and I think we found our normalcy. But me being gone hasn't really ever been a problem because I've been like this from the beginning.
And you're evenly yoked, it sounds like. But
yes.
What about this? I'm not trying to get in your business, but I want to know, because I know your mom. And when you gonna give me a grandbaby? You know. But seriously though, that's something for young people to consider because you got to be dedicated.
Yes.
You can't have a shared custody agreement with trying to make it in this business. You got to be in it all the time, 365, because everybody else is. So how does that play out? Have you thought about, like, what about when we're ready to start a family? You got plenty of time, but it begged to be part of the discussion. How does a person, talk about that. How do you decide so early in life, well, I'm going to work this until I'm 30, and then we'll start a family, then I'll come back to it?
So essentially, I've never had a maternal bone in my body, and I laid it out for him up front. And he was like, okay, I understand that. But I did say that we could revisit the conversation when I hit maybe like my 30s, because I feel like by that time, if things haven't really kicked off for me, we could really revisit maybe possibly having a family. But I know right now, not having a kid in my 20s, and I'm
You
doing
can't.
everything to prevent it.
Mm. So speaking of when you said making it, what does that mean to you? When would you feel? What would have to be in place, Lady Perez, for you to say, "Ooh, Lord, finally, ooh, I done made it"? Is that an award? Is it the certain kind of a movie or a role or a record deal, or what is it that you? What is your definition of success?
What I would
Mm.
consider being a successful actress would be when I reach the point where instead of me or my agent looking for roles, I get the calls from casting directors directly saying, like, hey, we want you to be in this movie. We wrote this part for you. So once we get to that point, I feel like I will be considering myself successful. In the music scene, though, I feel like success, I don't know. It's kind of hard to measure because it's so easy to go from doing a show in front of millions of people to just doing a show in front of 2,000 people. So I think maybe the impact would come from people that really tell me that my gift has changed their life. And even though I've already had that experience, it's new every single time it happens. So I feel like every time I get that comment, it makes me feel good because it makes me feel like I'm operating in the way that God intended me to operate.
Oh, amen, amen. So, what who do you look up to? What artist have you always looked at and said, I like the way you roll? And I don't use it. I see. I didn't say she, or because it could very well have been a male. So,
Hmm.
what artist inspired you, and why?
So my whole family will would be able to scream at me that I said my whole life it was Michael Jackson. It was from my style to the way that I pursued music and even the acting. Everything about me just started with Michael Jackson. I loved everything about it. I mean, he was a true entertainer.
He
Okay,
sure
even though
was.
he wasn't in too many movies, he wasn't in too many movies, so he made his own, which is insane. Like, who does that nowadays? You
Right,
know, Michael
right.
Jackson made way for the visual albums. That's insane. And
He
so
really
I don't know
did.
if you see in my photos, but I be wearing those long, wide brim fedoras that
I've
came
seen.
from
Yes.
Michael.
Yeah. And what well, if you're gonna shoot for the moon, then you gotta really shoot for the moon, and that was definitely Michael Jackson.
Hmm.
So, and it's so interesting to me because there's such a span, time span in the generational gap. I mean, um, and still Michael Jackson today. I mean, I listen sometimes to his music. I go, you could release that today,
Yeah.
and it would still be a hit
Yeah.
today. It's like timeless, right? So,
Hmm.
what about? Do you have formal dance training? Because when you say Michael Jackson, woo. So, how's the dancing for you? Is that a big piece too?
I've never been formally trained,
Neither
but
had he.
yeah, but we do hold lots of rehearsals. And whenever we don't have rehearsals, a lot of us are very used to what we do now, but I'll still stay up and study all night long. I have a TV in our bedroom, and I'll just like stay up all night watching some of his old videos, his old interviews, and try and do the moves later on in the day and try and perfect it. I'll oftentimes like record myself. And even now, when we were just watching the little clip from the Magic of Motown show, it was hard for me to just sit and enjoy it because I'm always just so used to going back and criticizing it, seeing what I can do better the
Girl,
next time.
I can't watch myself doing anything. The movie Heathen, I still haven't seen it. I saw the trailer, but I can't. I can't even watch these shows or stage stuff. Nope, can't do it. I cannot do it. So you can,
Hmm.
and that's smart because you can critique. But I'm too
Yes.
hypersensitive. I'd be crying. Can't do it. I'd probably not ever do it again if I were to watch myself. So let me ask you this question. You see a lot of, I imagine, at the Motown Review show in particular, um, you see a lot of young kids of color, not just girls, but boys as well,
But when you run into kids, let's say you go home or you know, hey, it's Lady Perez, da, 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 you get sightings and whatnot. How what was it like for you as a girl of color looking for a role model that looked like you? That sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? And do you speak to young kids when you see them? Do you encourage them? Because it's a huge responsibility. They look up to you like, you know, talk about that if you could. If you're gonna be a celebrity, do you feel that there are certain responsibilities that come with that other than just money and fame?
Oh, absolutely. With great power comes great responsibility. The famous line.
Yes, it is.
Um, I will say a lot of people that come to our shows are actually older Caucasian audiences. It's kind of sparse to see the Black people, but in the event that we do, they usually do bring their families. And sometimes we have kids that come up to us, and those are the kids that are dancing the whole 9 yards. And they're asking us, oh, can we be in the show and all that stuff? And we're like, yeah, like, here's our business card. You know, if you want to audition, come audition. We're always looking for more people. You know, we have to have a rotation because we have lives outside of Motown, and sometimes we can't make those dates. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So how many people are in the Motown review?
As of right now, I think there's 16.
16 people rotating through all these different artists.
Yeah. I think I included the band by accident, so it's probably more like 12.
12. And so how long is the show?
It's about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. We had to cut it down from 3.
Wow. And you guys rehearse how often?
Not very often nowadays,
Because
because we do it so much. We do it
right.
every week. But we used to rehearse, actually, before the show even got started, we rehearsed for an entire year before putting the show on the road.
Wow. So, oh Lord, that's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. So the bonds that you have with the people in the show, have you made any friends in there that you know, this will be my friend probably for the rest of my life?
Oh, yeah. And fun fact, everybody in the show, with the exception of me, is family, like blood related. So our Diana Ross is actually the first grandchild of the owner of the show, Miss Martha Robinson Brogdon. And the one that I mentioned, Alex Brogdon, that's her son. And then you have Dame and Trey, which are her nephews. And then you have Kristen Cheatham, who is related to our Gladys Knight.
Okay.
And Kristen, fun fact about Kristen, she was actually in a movie that is currently on Tubi. It was #1 for a minute, and it's called Double Standards. So if any of you guys want to see that, go and watch that.
Okay.
And let's see, did I get everybody? No, Miss Keisha, our Aretha Franklin. How could I forget?
Ooh.
She is the star of our show, such a powerhouse. And an amazing fact about Miss Keisha is that she is actually almost completely blind, and she does not let it stop her at all.
Wow.
You would never know it from her energy.
Wow. So the age range of the people in the show, from what age to what age?
Well, you kind of started.
You hear how she's saying that? Oh, take me to the water. Yeah. Okay.
You remind me so much of my sister.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes.
So, no, but is it? I mean, are there some older people in the show?
Oh, absolutely. I think our oldest member is 78. I think. Yeah.
Get out.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Wow. Where are you guys going to be next?
I believe our next show is in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then after that, I think we're going to Tennessee. Wow. We're in a different spot every day. So people ask me all the time where we're going. I'm like, I don't know. I just work here.
Wow.
Like, I am there when they tell me to be there.
Yeah. So, man, I can't believe the time has just flown. We're out of time. So, Lady Perez, where now scrolling down there, tell them what that is. That's info on the show. Retrospection Multimedia.
Yes. So I think I talked about it a little bit earlier in the show, but again,
Okay.
the upcoming show is on November 15th. You
Oh
can
yeah.
attend it online or in person, and it's a cosmic audio drama horror that I didn't tell you guys my character. I'm Bryn Whitley in the show. And Bryn Whitley is actually kind of similar, but has a little bit more extreme background to how she was raised. She was raised in a Christian home with a very extreme father, and she's grappling with the loss of her father as well as the loss of some friendships along the way. So,
Mm.
yeah, and her relationship too.
So we can use that link, get over and reserve our spot.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that right now, and I suggest you do it as well. And one other thing I want to know, is there a website for the Motown thing? So how do we find out if it's in a town near us?
So if you go to I Love Moxie Events, MOXIE .com, then you will be able to go to upcoming. Now be careful because our marketing person, she decided to put on a second Magic of Motown show. So what you're looking for is the Magic of Motown where it has our Diana Ross in red. If it doesn't have our Diana Ross in red, that's not the correct Magic of Motown. So be very careful.
Oh, you're saying there's a knockoff?
Yes.
Scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl, you all know how you sleep. Shame on you. So anyway, bad manager, bad. Anyway, Lady Perez, wonderful work. You guys, I highly recommend you just Google her, and get out there and check everything out that she's doing. She's phenomenal, as you see from today. Thank you again. You're welcome back anytime.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, and yes, all the best. Have the best holiday season. Where are you going? Have you been anywhere for Halloween? And who did you go as this year, or what did you go as?
So I haven't been anywhere, but I am in my current costume.
Oh,
Do you know the Powerpuff Girls? No. Oh my gosh. From Cartoon Network, the Powerpuff Girls, Miss Sarah Bellum. That's who I am. You normally can't see her face. You can see only like this much of her.
Powerpuff Girl. Lord have mercy. No, I thought the hair was Wilma Flintstone. Because she had, hey, I just aged myself. Anyway, I just love it. I just thought that was you look good in it. You can wear that to the grocery store if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's right. Listen, Lady Perez, awesome. And I got to hit this one time. You guys, come on back. Wait. I love that little end. Yeah. Listen, keep doing what you're doing. You're a great inspiration. I just want to say that. And you guys, come on back. I promise I'll have some sleep by tomorrow. A great guest again. I will surprise you. You'll see it. It's all over the internet later today on all my platforms. Listen, get out today. Find a little piece of your higher self, won't you please? It takes just one E and one R. You're already great. Make it greater. You're already kind. Make it kinder. And listen, I promise to meet you tomorrow morning, God willing, over on the front porch, where together we can have another illuminated conversation. And I tell you, every day as we get out of here, first of all, don't let my screen door slam on the way out. Number two, Dr. Lauren absolutely loves you. I adore you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Leave, go make the world a better place. Lady Perez, you already have. Keep it up, girl. Love you. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Have the best day ever. See ya.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine.